All right, let's talk about one of the biggest puzzles of our work lives, why people act the way they do in the office. In this explainer, we're going to break down the 5 core personalities you'll find on pretty much any team. And trust me, understanding them can change everything. Have you ever been there? You're on one team and it's just effortless. Everything clicks. It's like a well-oiled machine. But then you join another team and it feels like you're constantly walking on eggshells. Well, that feeling, it's not random at all. You know that friction or that amazing flow? It almost always comes down to the mix of people in the room. And the key, the real secret, is getting a handle on these 5 core archetypes. It's the ticket to better collaboration and, let's be honest, a much happier time at work. So are you ready to meet the cast of characters? Let's dive right in and break down these 5 essential roles that people play whether they realize it or not. So here they are, all in one place. You've got the steady Eddie, the overachiever, the innovator, the social butterfly, and the analyzer. I bet you're already picturing some of your coworkers right now. Maybe you even see yourself in one of these. Let's dig into each one. First up, we have the steady Eddie. This person is, without a doubt, the rock of any team. They are the dependable, consistent force that just quietly makes sure the work gets done day in and day out. So what makes a steady Eddie tick? While they're not looking for chaos or constant change, they actually thrive when things are structured. Give them a clear process and they will execute it perfectly. What really motivates them isn't some flashy bonus, it's stability and just some genuine recognition for all their hard work. And this really shows the 2 sides of the coin, right? Put a steady Eddie in a stable environment with clear guidelines and they are probably your most valuable player. But throw them into a chaotic, unstructured role where their efforts go unnoticed, they're going to check out fast. Okay, next up, the overachiever. Oh yeah, we all know this person. They're the one with boundless energy, super ambitious, always shooting for the top, and they have a way of pulling the entire team up with them. See, overachievers are totally fueled by results. They see a challenge and they just want to run straight at it. So if you want to keep them fired up, you've got to give them a clear path to move up, let them own their projects, and of course, you have to celebrate those big wins. For the overachiever, it really is all about the challenge. If there's no mountain to climb, they get bored, they get frustrated, and if you don't acknowledge their wins, they're going to start looking for a place that will celebrate that ambition. Our third type is the absolute engine of change in any company, the innovator. These are the people who are always asking, but what if we tried this? They push everyone around them to think differently. The innovator's natural habitat is way, way outside the box. They are literally built to question why we do things the way we've always done them. What fuels them is creative freedom and an environment where it's okay to take risks, where even failing is just seen as part of the learning process. And this is the make or break for them. If you give an innovator a playground to experiment in, you are going to get some truly groundbreaking ideas. But if you trap them with rigid rules and endless red tape, that creative spark, it just fizzles out. All right, moving on to the personality that really holds it all together, the social butterfly. Think of them as the cultural glue of the office. They are absolute masters at building relationships that turn a bunch of individuals into a real unified team. For social butterflies, collaboration is the work. They're amazing at getting people to open up, talk to each other, and just work together smoothly. So to keep them motivated, all you really have to do is give them opportunities to connect with people and acknowledge the huge role they play in building a positive culture. It's really simple when you think about it. A social butterfly in a collaborative setting is just a force for good. They boost morale, they build cohesion. But if you stick them in a role where they're isolated all day with minimal human contact, their energy and their effectiveness will just totally plummet. And finally, we've arrived at our 5th type, the analyzer. This is the person who makes sure the team isn't just running on good vibes and enthusiasm, but on actual facts. They are the guardians of precision, of logic, and of data-driven thinking. You know, the analyzer's motto is probably measure twice, cut once. They need data, and just as importantly, they need time to think. Rushing them is always a mistake. What motivates them is having the right tools to do a really deep dive and being valued for that meticulous, careful approach. So their ideal situation is crystal clear. Give an analyzer the data and the time they need, and you're going to get back a well-reasoned, low-risk decision. But if you force them to make snap judgments without all the information, you're just asking for frustration and, frankly, potential mistakes. Okay, so now we know the 5 types. The big question is, how do you lead them? Because this is about so much more than just managing people. It's about figuring out how to unlock the unique potential that every single one of them brings to the table. Here are 5 keys to get you started. First, tailor how you communicate to each type. Make sure people are in roles that actually play to their strengths. You've got to foster collaboration where these types can complement each other. I mean, imagine pairing an innovator with a steady Eddie. That's how you turn a wild idea into a real finished product. And finally, provide paths for growth and recognize what makes each person great. But listen, this isn't just for managers. As an employee, understanding your own type is basically a superpower. So let's flip the script and see how you can use this knowledge to really thrive in your job. It all starts with self-awareness. You have to know who you are. From there, you can adapt your style to work better with others. Actively ask for feedback so you know how you're coming across. Make an effort to build relationships with different types. And, this is a big one, advocate for what you need to do your best work. So there you have it, the 5 personalities that are shaping your workplace every single day. You now have the blueprint. The only question left is this. What's the one small change you're going to make tomorrow to use this knowledge and supercharge your team?